Have you ever woken up and the first thing that hits you is the argument you had with your partner last night? Or that email from work that left you feeling frustrated and unappreciated? Maybe you're still stewing over a missed opportunity or an uncomfortable conversation that keeps playing over and over in your head. It's like your brain is stuck on rewind, dragging you back into yesterday's drama before you've even had a chance to start the day. You feel drained, unsettled, and as though you can't escape the emotional baggage from the day before. If this sounds all too familiar, you're not alone. For so many of us, the past doesn't just fade away. It follows us into every new day, holding us hostage in a loop of frustration, resentment, and regret. Our minds replay old conflicts and emotions like a broken record, robbing us of the peace and clarity we desperately need to move forward. But what if there was a way to break free from this cycle? What if you didn't have to keep reliving the same painful moments, and instead could start living in the present with more peace, balance, and control? Welcome to our channel, Pursuit of Harmony. Today, we're going to talk about how to finally stop letting yesterday's problems rule your thoughts and emotions. It's time to break the cycle and reclaim your peace of mind. Let's dive in. Now, think about it for a second. How often do you find yourself replaying a stressful memory? And suddenly, you're not just thinking about it. You're feeling it all over again. The anger, the frustration, the hurt. It's like your body and mind are stuck in a loop. And before you know it, your whole mood is hijacked by yesterday's problems. The worst part? The more you relive those emotions, the more they become your reality. You're not just remembering the past, you're living it over and over. For instance, if something made you angry yesterday and you keep replaying it today, you're recreating that anger in the present. And as you keep thinking about it, that anger starts to settle in, coloring everything around you. Now, what if this goes on for 2 days or a whole week? People around you might start noticing that you're not quite yourself. They can sense the tension, the mood shifts. And soon that anger you're holding on to, it starts to define you. People begin to see you as the angry one, or the grumpy one. And before you know it, anger isn't just an emotion you're feeling. It's becoming part of your personality. Here's the painful truth. Your thoughts and feelings are shaping who you are and how you show up in the world. Every time you dwell on past hurts or mistakes, you're unknowingly creating a version of your life that you may not even want. You're letting yesterday's drama dictate today's reality, and eventually, it can even shape your future. Because the way you think today is setting the tone for tomorrow. Let's see how a typical morning routine often unfolds. You wake up, reach for your phone, and start checking social media, emails, and texts. By scrolling through familiar faces, comments, and messages, you reconnect with all the things you know. And by the time you set your phone down, you've already re-entered the life you've always known. You then go through the usual motions. Getting out of bed on the same side, grabbing your favorite mug for coffee, following the same commute route to work, seeing the same faces, and engaging in the same predictable exchanges. By the end of the day, you're back at home, ready to repeat it all over again tomorrow. Our routines shape our reality like a computer program that runs in the background, directing our every move. And by the time we hit 35, about 95% of who we are, our habits, beliefs, perceptions, emotional responses, and behaviors, are hardwired programs operating at an unconscious level. This means that even though we consciously say, "I want to be happier, healthier, or more free," our bodies are following a completely different script. It's like putting an average person against an Olympic weightlifter in a contest of strength. When our conscious intentions, 5% of the mind, try to compete with our ingrained habits, the other 95%, we're at a huge disadvantage. It's no surprise we often slip back into old habits and familiar routines. So how can we break this cycle and start transforming our lives? The answer lies in moving beyond the analytical mind, which separates our conscious thoughts from our subconscious programming. Meditation is a powerful tool to bridge this gap. By practicing meditation, you can learn to slow down your brainwaves and access the deeper layers of your mind, where real change happens. Through meditation, you gain the ability to rewrite the code that governs your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Most people wait for a crisis, a job loss, a breakup, a health scare, to finally start making changes. But Joe Dispenza's teachings suggest there's a better way. You can transform your life from a place of joy and inspiration rather than waiting for pain to push you. Far too many people live their lives in survival mode, always bracing for the next challenge, assuming the worst. Past traumas shape their view of the world, causing them to anticipate negative outcomes. It's as if they have an infinite menu of possibilities to choose from, but continue to pick the worst options. Imagine browsing a menu with endless delicious options, but always ordering the least appetizing dish. That's what it's like when we constantly replay the worst memories in our minds. When you recall a painful memory, your brain and body respond as if the event is happening again, releasing the same chemical signals. Your body, which serves as your subconscious, doesn't know the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. So, when you repeatedly revisit negative emotions, you reinforce those states within yourself. Over time, your body becomes conditioned to expect and crave these emotions, no matter how toxic they are. If you then try to let go of these negative emotions and say, "I want to change," you may find it incredibly difficult because your body has been conditioned to crave what's familiar, even if it's painful. Your mind may be ready to embrace the unknown, but your body will resist, as the familiar provides a false sense of comfort. Stepping into the unknown, where true transformation can happen, can feel like wading into a deep, unfamiliar river. Your body may react with fear, trying to pull you back to safety. It will throw up distractions, an itch, a stray thought, or a random memory. This is your body's way of coaxing you back to the familiar territory of your comfort zone. However, the unknown is precisely where you have the greatest opportunity to reshape your future. Through meditation, you can enter this unknown space, a place free from your usual constraints and routines. In this meditative state, you can begin to envision and mentally rehearse the life you desire. What kind of person do you want to be? What habits do you want to cultivate? The best way to create your future is to start envisioning it in your mind. Imagine closing your eyes and rehearsing the life you want to live, visualizing your actions, behaviors, and emotions. When you do this, your brain doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. By rehearsing your ideal future, you essentially install the mental software for a new life. Your brain shifts from being a record of the past to a roadmap for the future. The challenge is teaching your body how to emotionally experience your desired future before it actually manifests. Visualization alone isn't enough. You must feel the emotions that come with it. If thoughts are the language of the mind, emotions are the language of the body. When you vividly feel the emotions tied to your vision, you signal to your body that this future is happening now. Think of it like connecting to Wi-Fi. If you're trying to stream something without an internet connection, nothing will load. Likewise, if you're just visualizing without feeling the emotions, your mind-body connection won't be fully activated. But when you feel your thoughts deeply, it's like turning on the Wi-Fi, allowing you to download your future into the present. This means you don't have to wait for success to feel successful or for love to feel loved. By embodying these feelings, you start to shift your energy toward the future you desire. According to quantum theory, as soon as you feel abundant and worthy, you begin to attract these qualities into your life. You are no longer a victim, blaming others or your circumstances. You realize that your destiny is within your control, shaped by your thoughts and feelings. Many people remain trapped in victimhood, unaware of their own power. But just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's true, or that you need to act on it. On average, you think between 60,000 and 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are the same as yesterday's. So if you don't change your thoughts, your life will continue along the same trajectory. The same thoughts lead to the same choices, which lead to the same behaviors, which create the same experiences, which reinforce the same emotions. And this cycle repeats endlessly. Meditation helps you interrupt this cycle, bringing awareness to your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. The more conscious you become of them, the less they will unconsciously control your life. The word meditation means to become familiar with. Through meditation, you become acquainted with the old patterns of your mind and body, weakening their hold on you. Instead of succumbing to these old habits, you begin to create new ones, replacing the weeds of the past with the seeds of your future self. Imagine creating a new garden. First, you must clear away the weeds and stones, remove last year's dead plants, and prepare the soil. Only then can you start planting. Meditation functions in the same way, laying the groundwork for a new version of yourself. Training your body to sit still and meditate is like teaching a wild animal to stay calm. When you sit to meditate, your body may rebel. It's used to certain routines and emotional states, so it might resist. This is where discipline comes in. Each time you bring your attention back to the present moment, you're training your body to surrender its habitual ways, gradually allowing your willpower to override your programming. Once your body yields, you unlock a new level of energy, moving from a fixed state to a fluid one. You release yourself from the emotional chains that bind you to the past. Let's say you commit to this practice for just a week. When you start your day, take a few moments to meditate and focus on who you want to become. Don't just visualize it, feel it. If you want to feel joy, imagine what true joy feels like, right down to the physical sensations. The more you do this, the more natural these positive emotions become. As the week goes on, you'll start catching yourself before you slip into old habits. This awareness is powerful. Over time, your brain stops being a record of the past and becomes a roadmap for your future. Meditation is a powerful tool, but it's only as effective as your commitment to practice it regularly until your envisioned future becomes your present reality. So why not start today? Imagine the life you truly desire and begin building it from within. If you found this helpful, you'll definitely want to check out our video on how to shift your mindset and turn laziness into a powerful tool for success. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments if you're ready to take the first step toward rewiring your mind.